Heavyweights Effie Ajagba and Charles Martin are all set to head up Zuffa 3 as Sunday, February 15th will have their third card, and this is a great fight between two men who are trying to climb their way back towards the top of the heavyweight division. Let's talk about it. One thing that can be said about Zuffa boxing is they are kicking off with quality matchups that are both entertaining as well as intriguing. And the same will be on Sunday, February 15th, when Effie Ajagba takes on Prince Charles Martin in a heavyweight bout touted to head us off into the heavyweight division, and the version of Zuffa offering heavyweight fights is off to a great start. When you think about Ajagba, who comes in with a record of 20 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, and 14 KOs, he is known as a man who has a big right hand, and he is imposing at 6'6" with an 85-inch reach. Martin, on the other hand, is another imposing figure and the former heavyweight titleist himself. Is 6'5" with an 80-inch reach. Now, though Ajagba is 31, Martin happens to be 39. But heavyweights in this modern era are noted to mature late. So could Martin be coming into more of a prime that may see him offer something more interesting for the likes of Ajagba, who is coming off of a fight where he faced a real challenge? The thing about the quality of opposition with Ajagba, he's had Frank Sanchez, Guido Vianello, and Martin Bakole as top quality fighters on his resume, with his victories only being over Vianello out of those 3, and he had a draw with Bakole in a fight where many people thought he won that fight. Now, when you think about the quality of opposition that Martin has faced, former heavyweight titleist Anthony Joshua, 2 times titleist of the world, Luis King Kong Ortiz, and Jared Anderson. Now, the thing about Martin, all 3 of those fighters he's lost to, but nobody on Ajagba's record is equivalent of those fighters. So there are other considerations when you're looking at these 2 fighters. With Ajagba, punch variation comes to mind. Though noted as a vaunted knockout puncher with the right hand, he also throws a pretty fierce uppercut, but it's because of the size and the leverage that he gets, bone density, his physical makeup overall. Now, Martin, on the other hand, being a southpaw, he has the typical left-handed advantages, but the other aspect of it is Martin can truly punch, and he's able to throw a left hook that is dangerous as well as Jared Anderson, and also as Luis King Kong Ortiz, who was dropped twice by Charles Martin. Now, the vulnerabilities that these fighters exhibit, we can see they're quite similar in that aspect. F.A. has a tendency to freeze against certain opposition, like Frank Sanchez, even Guido Vianello. when they were attacking or in attack mode, he was a little bit hesitant and not looking to be fluid and fight back or even exchange. Martin has a different situation. When he gets tagged a good shot, like what happened in the Anthony Joshua fight, when he was a lot less experienced, he could be dropped and knocked off of balance, but he'll gather himself and get back up. But against King Kong Ortiz had him out on his feet with a hard shot that landed, and he seemed to be disoriented when he caught that shot. Overall, both men are screaming that they want a world title shot again, but it won't be until they show in the ring what they're able to do, because only one can move forward. The other may take a lateral sidestep, but either could become victorious. I think this fight is predicated on who makes the lesser of mistakes. Now, if you listen to Prince Charles Martin, he talks a very good game. He's an intelligent man, and he understands that he is approaching the twilight of opportunities. So it could be that I give him the advantage here, even over Ajagba, because if Ajagba can't show that he can finish, if he gets Martin hurt, Martin can hang around, and next thing you know, Ajagba could be in trouble. Plus, Ajagba doesn't face and hasn't faced a number of quality southpaws. Overall, the card is shaping up as this. You got Abel Mejia taking on Gabriel Benito in a lightweight bout. Umar Zakhmikov taking on Ahmad El-Biali in a light heavyweight bout, with Ajagba and Martin being in the main events. The undercard is chock full of fights where we'll see middleweight bouts, lightweight bouts. We're going to see featherweight, and a lot of these fighters, it'd be worth tuning in, because these are going to be the guys that you'll see in the future on other cards. Remember, Zuffa's just starting out, and they're bringing fighters in with fresh opportunities and guys ordinarily who wouldn't have been seen without this opportunity. So Dana White is putting together a show and a showcase for the sport of boxing, and it will serve you well to just tune in to see what type of talent is available, and the main event should be a blazer. But what do you think? This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts about Prince Charles Martin and Efe Ajagba, the bout that they're facing, and who might win. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.